Hi Cabi fans, we're back with another Cabi Q&A. Today we're talking with Kris from our design team. So Kris, tell us a little bit about what you do here at Cabi.
So I'm a designer and I've been here for almost 8 years, and I have the privilege of working with Kat, Becky, and Shar, and our amazing team of pattern makers and sewers and cutters, and we get to develop all the amazing styles for the season.
You've been here for 8 years, but have you always been a designer?
No, actually, I've been a designer for about 14 years, but prior to that, I worked in museums. I was a curator, actually, so I have a degree in art history, so now I want to be on the more creative side of it.
Kris, you actually grew up in Hawaii, right?
Yes, I did. I was born and raised there, and I lived there till I was 17 and then was off to college here in California, but my family is still there, and so it's a great place that I still call home.
Kris also has a beautiful daughter.
Yes, Maddie, who's 10 years old and is just such a joy.
So fun. Well, we're going to ask you a few questions just to kind of get to know you a little bit more. Well, first of all, what is your favorite piece from the spring 2019 collection?
The dream dress. I'm a dress girl.
And are you wearing it over jeans today?
I am wearing it over my true boyfriend's and with amazing shoes, and it's so easy to get dressed that way.
What is your go-to karaoke song?
Leaving on a jet plane.
Can we hear a little bit?
No.
If you could have a superpower, what would that be?
Transporting myself in an instant to any place and any time. When there's a lot of traffic, and just get home instantly.
What movie makes you laugh or cry every time you watch it?
Definitely Groundhog Day.
What do you do to relieve stress?
I love to garden, and we're redoing our whole front yard, so there's a lot of gardening to be done.
What is your must-have beauty product?
Lipstick. I like bright lipsticks. Pretty much any lipstick. I can go out shopping for a whole day and not buy a single thing except a new lipstick.
I know you have a 10-year-old daughter, so I'm sure you've heard some good jokes. Do you have any favorites?
Why did the man not trust the tiger?
I don't know.
Because he thought he was a lion.
What was the last good book you read?
So I recently finished reading The Library Book by Susan Orlean. It's a fascinating, fascinating book.
If you could have dinner with anyone, who would that be?
Well, I was a big fan of Anthony Bourdain and all of his TV shows and his books, and of course he's no longer with us, but I would have loved to have dinner with him.
If you could travel anywhere, where would you go?
I would love to go to India. I studied Indian art, and just to be able to see things that you wouldn't ever get to see unless you traveled there, that would be a dream.
And of the places you have traveled, where has been your favorite?
When I was working in art history, I actually had a chance to go to Salzburg for a conference, and the place we stayed was actually the home that inspired The Sound of Music. So that was pretty amazing.
Do you have any special skills?
No.
You make really amazing Halloween costumes.
Okay, all right, I can say that.
Well, I just said it.
Ever since my daughter was born, I've made her a custom Halloween costume every single year. So this last year was the Mona Lisa, which was quite the highlight of the neighborhood.
What is the best advice you've ever been given?
You don't have to get 100%, but you have to give 100%. And that's from my daughter, Maddie, who's 10.
She is wise beyond her years. What's a quote that inspires you?
I believe Abraham Lincoln said, "It's not the years in your life, but the life in your years."
What have you loved the most about working at Cabi over the years?
I feel so lucky to have made so many great friends here, and people not just, that I like to come to work with, but that I know I can rely on outside of work as well. So that's just amazing.
Well, thank you, Kris. I know our fans and our stylists love seeing you whenever they can, so we'll let you get back to all this fabulous design stuff happening behind us.